So earlier this year, we reported on Elon saying that he was working on Master Plan Part 3.
This week, we got another hint as to what it's about.
In an all-hands meeting with employees, Elon said, Master Plan Part 3 is all about achieving very large scale. In order to shift the entire energy infrastructure and transport infrastructure of the Earth, there has to be a very high scale. We have to ask, what is the actual tonnage? If we work backward from, let's say, about 300 terawatt hours of installed capacity in vehicles and stationary battery packs, then how do you achieve that tonnage from a mining and refining standpoint, but also do so in a sustainable way? That's what Master Plan Part 3 is. How do you get to enough scale to actually shift the entire energy infrastructure of Earth?
Okay, that's it.
What? Isn't this exciting? Shifting the entire energy infrastructure of Earth?
I mean, he tweeted out the same thing like 3 months ago, and we reported on it, remember?
Elon did just tweet, main Tesla subjects will be scaling to extreme size, which is needed to shift humanity away from fossil fuels and AI. But I will also include sections about SpaceX, Tesla, and the Boring Company. Yeah, but that didn't talk about the 300 terawatt hours of batteries.
Okay, but what does that even mean?
That's a lot of energy storage for both cars and stationary backups.
Okay, so like 1 million power walls. So what?
No. Do the math. It's more like 22 billion power walls.
That's like 3 power walls for every person on Earth.
Yeah, nearly 40 kilowatt hours for every man, woman, and child.
Okay, but humanity uses like 17.7 terawatts constantly from all power sources: coal, natural gas, solar, wind, hydro, biomass. And that's for all applications like heat for industrial processes and stuff. I mean, 300 terawatt hours would only buy us like 17 hours of battery storage. That's not enough.
You're not thinking of this right. How much battery storage do we have today?
I don't know, not that much.
You're implying that every form of power generation would go offline at once on the whole of planet Earth.
Oh, right. I mean, because the solar would be being generated at all hours because the Earth is, round.
The wind still blows most of the day.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, so I don't think you need that much grid-tied energy storage.
And I mean, Elon doesn't either. Some of those batteries would go in cars.
And some of those cars would actually be batteries for the grid.
They could.
So 300 terawatt hours could power 4 billion Tesla Model 3s, for example.
But there's only 1.4 billion cars in the world right now.
Right. So that would be about 100 terawatt hours, leaving about 200 terawatt hours free for power storage, or about 12 hours of backup. And I would argue that by this point, we'll probably be using cars as backup storage too.
Okay, so 300 terawatt hours is just kind of a number he threw out there. It sounds like it's a goal that he wants to hit.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds very back of the napkin. Like, is this really the right number? Shouldn't he have the exact number? Shouldn't he be saying, well, we need 265 terawatt hours?
I think when you're setting a big goal, you don't have to be exact. You don't need to be that close. I mean, I want to just point out, though, that it's hard to wrap our heads around 300 terawatt hours. Just to give you some scale, that would be 8,000 times what Giga Nevada puts out per year in batteries. Every year, Giga Nevada puts out 39 gigawatt hours of batteries. It would take 8,000 more years for Giga Nevada to reach 300 terawatt hours.
Okay, so then it's impossible. Like, what do we...
Well, that's why it's a master plan. He's talking about how do you scale this up. And remember the key words here: mining and refining. I think these are really big ideas that we have not thought about yet as Tesla shareholders, that Tesla's probably going to have to get into the mining and refining business if he wants to meet this goal.
So, I mean, Elon still has not published his master plan part 3.
No, I mean, the closest we have was at Battery Day when this slide went up, which showed that the plan was to have 100 gigawatt hours of batteries by this year, 2022, and they want to have 3 terawatt hours by 2030. That, by the way, is 2 orders of magnitude smaller than what he just talked about. So he's, I don't know when this 300 terawatt hours is supposed to come out, but this is big stuff. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Tuesdays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below and head over to the Now You Know channel.